Hello, friends. Being a psychologist since so many years, I meet several people in my office every day for various reasons. Most of the times, many people come for consultation on relationship related problems, of which many of them are young children. The problems these kids face are either minor or major issues. A minor issue like one of my friend unfollowed me on Instagram or blocked me on WhatsApp or even ghosting sometimes. Such kind of problems really upset them and even depress them sometimes. Due to all this, kids lose their interest in studies. They create hindrances in several areas of life. Friends, relationships are the main reason for psychological problems. Nowadays, we even fail to understand as to whom should we trust, who can we confide in, whom can be trusted as our trusted friends, and who cannot be. We are usually struggling to resolve all these issues, and we look after our real life and our virtual life. Both these have to be balanced as well. And then the third factor is the pressure we have to face often is that of our parents or elders' expectations. Our parents have seen life with a very different approach. That is why even they have many opinions on all matters. But because we are unable to have an open discussion on these matters, that is why there is stress on that side. Friends, there is a very renowned relationship expert whose name is Robert Stemberg. Robert Stemberg shared a theory with us in which he explained a relationship triangle with us. Through this triangle, he said, there is one angle of commitment, wherein we promise each other in a relationship that we will always think and act for each other's welfare and be there for each other. The other angle is of emotional intimacy, wherein we share about our lives, several experiences and view with each other and always be transparent. And the third angle, which is a very important angle in person's romantic life, is that of passion, also called a physical intimacy. There was a time when couple relationships turned into marital bliss quite often around us on the basis of commitment. In Indian culture, we see a lot of arranged marriages since ages, wherein we promise to support each other our entire life with utmost loyalty. The physical intimacy or passion develops at a later stage or may not develop at all. But now, the world is changing. So before we give out a commitment, emotional intimacy is being checked and tested in many ways at a pace. Before we are committed, can both of us trust each other in any circumstance is required to be checked. We can look and understand this through three ways. First is commitment, then physical intimacy, and then physical attraction. First, physical attraction. This is happening in many relationships around us these days. They get physically attracted to each other, they got physically close to, but there was no emotional intimacy between them. One of them got emotionally invested in the relationship and the other did not, due to which he or she got emotionally upset and even got depressed. Or the third possible way, which I personally like, and as a psychologist, I also discuss with many children around me. Can we do this? Can we first focus on building a healthy friendship, wherein we first strengthen the bond of emotional intimacy? Emotional intimacy has two key factors. The first factor is instrumental support, and the second is emotional support. If I am studying in a class and I am unable to cope up in a subject or a particular topic, then is my partner ready to support me in the required manner? This is called instrumental support, as in supporting each other in actual practical problems. And the second is emotional support. This has three aspects. If we ask them in the form of a question, so for example, are you there for me? So the word are, A-R-E, are, the first alphabet A, as in, are you available for me? Are you accessible? When I call you at any point or when I need something, then are you available for me? Or do you always tell people that I am busy? Second, responsiveness. The kind of need I have, does the other person respond in the required manner? Or do you ignore or pretend that you did not listen to me? And the third is engagement. Do we both like each other's company? Do we have several common topics to discuss with each other? Now, these are the emotional factors. So, we saw that if we put efforts to strengthen emotional intimacy, like taking time to know each other, spending time with each other, to see which of the things about the other person is liked by us, which other things we don't like about each other, but are we ready to openly accept them? After this, when we understand everything, that he or she is a very good friend, he or she is always very supportive, this person is always available for us, this person always thinks about my welfare and well-being, he or she always stops me from doing the wrong things or wrong habits, this person never provokes to do things which are not good for us. When we stay with someone we like for a long time, we like each other's company, we are always happy with them, then we head towards a long-term commitment. And when we are in a committed relationship, after that we gradually head towards physical intimacy. There is one more factor, that is safety. Many a times, since we follow modernism or an open culture these days, people often believe that there is nothing wrong in physical intimacy. But after that, when the relationship can't be taken forward, then we ourselves feel cheated in that situation. We feel exploited in such a situation. We feel used in a situation. And many children are unable to bear the trauma caused by it. I have seen the kids self-harm in such a situation. Children isolate themselves for long. They stop talking to others to avoid any discussion. In order to protect ourselves from such situations, if we decide to, we will first invest ourselves in understanding each other, being there for each other. And this kind of investment should be at a slow pace. We should understand each other and make an investment. One-way infatuation could be very painful at times. Overcoming it could also be very difficult. Relationship problems should be discussed with elders, a trusted one, to get correct guidance and take apt action. Sometimes it gets very painful, very tricky and troublesome, and we do not understand how to come out of this phase. How do we resolve this? People often feel trapped, we feel suffocated at times. People also get negative due to this. In order to overcome all this, there are relationship consultants these days who can give you neutral and unbiased advice. You can also share them with your teachers and parents as the first step. Thank you.